Some people believe that having double the advisors means double the wisdom, but does it also equal double the problems? This video is going to answer a question that came in about this very dilemma and whether it's best to work with one or multiple advisors. Welcome in. This is Perfect Game Retirement. I'm Ben George. He is Ryan Ledden. Ryan, I don't know how many people you come across and work with that have another advisor besides yourself, but I want to get into this question today. I'm going to ask it first, and we're going to kind of explore this idea of having multiple advisors. So here's the question. For years, I've had half of my money with one broker and half with someone else. They're both very nice guys, and I thought it would be good to get advice from two different people. But now it just seems confusing. Am I better off having it all in one place? So let's dive into this a little bit, Ryan. Why would people even think about splitting money up in the first place? Is it that idea of, hey, I can get multiple perspectives on this and get double the advice?
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, like you said, double the wisdom, if you will. But I guess some people may think from a diversification standpoint. I get it. I get the reasoning behind it. I mean, shoot, if you want differences or different opinions on things, then you can Google search it, Chat GPT. I mean, you can get all sorts of different bits of information, but we definitely encourage. I mean, most of our clients only work with us. We encourage there to be only one advisor, and a lot of times when people are new coming to see us, I let them know on the front end, like, this needs to be all in with us or not. And I'm not trying to be. It doesn't. It's not supposed to sound greedy or anything like that. It's just like this question says. Oh, it's like I'm getting conflicting viewpoints. I'm getting different information. Which one's best for me? Which one's not? So there's a lot of tugging and pulling when it comes to this stuff, and it's usually does not benefit the client in the long run. So usually pick one advisory team that you feel comfortable with and good with, and stick with it.
All right, so let's dive into the actual answer to this specific question here. What are some of the problems then with having two different advisors? What are some of the things that you might run into if you decide to go this route?
So, from a client perspective, again, the biggest thing is just getting two different viewpoints on things. Like, one advisor may tell you this, one advisor may tell you that. So, and then what, are you supposed to be the deciding factor in between the two? Then why even have an advisor if you're getting two different viewpoints? So, people split their money because they feel like maybe they're putting all their eggs in one basket. Or, I don't want to use just one advisor. I feel like I'm missing out on something. Well, that means you don't probably trust the advisor that you're working with. So go with someone you trust with, feel like they know you very well, personalities fit. And it's just it's a trust thing. And do they have the credentials? Do they have the designations? I do think that's a big part of it. That's not the only reason to work with somebody, but I do think it's a big component of it. But, they may want a bunch of different opinions, and I just don't think that's in general. The client is the one who loses out in that situation. They don't actually win out; they actually lose out. But again, and then sometimes they even have clients going, well, I need to keep it at different spots. I need to keep some at Vanguard and Fidelity and Schwab. Well, that's not diversification. They all do the same thing. They all do the exact same thing. They all hold your money, and the investments inside those accounts is where you get the diversification from, not different custodians or not different advisors. So that's where you're probably working against yourself when you do have multiple advisors.
All right, so just keep that in mind if you're thinking about this. But there probably is maybe some scenarios where having two advisors makes sense. Is this applicable at all in any situation?
I think it can be. I do think maybe your ultra high net worth individuals, they may want to use multiple advisors where it may work out. So I can see and justify that. And I'm talking extremely high net worth individuals. So I can see where that may play a part, but I'm still on the side that, work with one team. So if you have an advisory firm and they have a team of advisors, well, that's kind of your diversification there. If you want Because I guarantee you, like we do, we get in rooms and we talk about, different scenarios, and we do discuss cases as a team. So that right there, you're getting diversification. So again, maybe the ultra high net worth individuals, okay, I can see justifying it. But you know what? If you go into a relationship, and I know of a couple of clients that we work with, and they were transparent, they were upfront, like, hey, I use you for this, I use this advisor for this. So maybe one advisory team has kind of a niche group that they work with on one end of the spectrum, and then this group has a certain niche of who they work with. So, okay, if you can compartmentalize your portfolio and what you're doing in your financial plan, okay, maybe. But in general, like, we're comprehensive, so we look at and cover everything. So, like, why do you need other opinions when it comes to that? So if you trust us, then I think that's probably the best scenario for you. Or if you trust the advisory team you're working with, stay with them.
All right. I like that. Well, let's close it out then by just kind of giving some guidance to this person's specific scenario. So if you are in this boat, this person, Ryan, that has their money split up, working with multiple advisors and feel like things are getting a little confusing, then how would you proceed from here?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough scenario to know, because like there could be so many different hidden problems with, because we may have a rationale on how to construct your portfolio from an investment standpoint, from a tax standpoint. And then, like I said, we do Medicare plans for our clients, but maybe this firm does not, or they don't do anything annuities or life insurance. I mean, that's a component that we help people out with as well. It is a strategy, not for everyone, but it is a strategy. So maybe they're strictly on the investment or equity side, and then maybe another firm is more on the insurance and annuity side. So we feel like we're a good, comfortable balance of all of that. From a tax standpoint, we have a firm that we partner with that does the tax preparation for our clients. Maybe this firm doesn't. So we try to be, and we have estate planning as well. So we try to be as comprehensive where you really don't need to go anywhere else. So I think that's what you should be looking for in this question is, okay, does someone have everything that I need in a one-stop shop, if you will? So if you get to that point and maybe you like this other firm, but yet they don't provide everything, why not just have everything bundled together? And that way, where everything is at, that it's working cohesively together. You even know the succession plan of the firm. We have several advisors here, so God forbid something happens to me, we have other advisors on our team who would absorb our client base, and we would continue on. It's not just a one-person shop. So I think it's almost like re-vetting. If you have several advisors or two or more, it's almost like re-vetting them, and almost go through and just tell them, hey, look, I'm using 2 advisors, or I'm using 3 or 4 or whatever. I'm scaling this back to 1. And it's almost like you're re-interviewing someone again, and really go through that process and come up with that pros and cons list. And if you just absolutely can't dwindle it down, then that's just a personal choice. But I think you should be able to be like, okay, this firm I'm the most comfortable with. Maybe it's someone completely new. Maybe it's a completely different firm that you're not moving now. Maybe that's an easy way to transition out from all your advisory team that you do use. So there's ways out of it. If you're just 100% comfortable with the differences of opinions when you sit down with your firm, again, different strokes for different folks. That's okay. I don't think you're going to win out, but that's just my humble opinion.
Yeah, having one clear, coordinated plan is so important. So if you want to learn more about Black Oak Asset Management, what Ryan and the team can do in terms of planning for you, and just talk about kind of get a better sense of their overall approach to planning, hopefully you can do that here on the channel. But if you want to follow up, go to speakwithryan.com. You can schedule a time to meet with him right there. It's an initial conversation, no obligation. Just sit down, kind of let you learn more about them, but also let them learn more about your situation, your goals, maybe some of your concerns moving forward. But some good information, great question. Please send them in if you have one for us, leave a comment. But more importantly, please follow this channel, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back again with another video coming soon. So stay tuned.